So my introduction to Rebbe Nachman's teachings was around the same time I was introduced to Orthodox Judaism as well. When I started hearing how Rebbe Nachman was teaching and his different concepts and his frame of mind, it did something to my soul that I couldn't really explain. As I began looking at Jewish law and what it means to keep all of the mitzvahs, at first glance, it could be very extensive. It can be very overwhelming. You got 613 commandments, and you have all of the laws of Shabbat. You have all the laws of Kashrut. You have laws of brachas, and all of these different laws and different concepts and ideas that was totally foreign to me. So at the very beginning stages of us starting our conversion process and started to study and learn these different concepts, I was also learning Rebbe Nachman's teachings as well, and it really helped me. One of the first things that I heard from Rebbe Nachman was his teaching on simplicity, and that really impacted me. You have this great Tzaddik, you got the Baal Shem Tov's great grandson, and here he is taking these incredibly lofty concepts of the Torah and making them very simple. And I started reading Rebbe Nachman's wisdom and his life and how he would say things like he would fall down many times and he would mess up and he would get back up again. He would mess up and get back up again. And he was a normal human being. He had flaws and he messed up, but I think what I was really attracted to was his simplistic outlook on serving God. And he even says in Rebbe Nachman's Wisdom number 154, "My achievements came mainly through simplicity. I spent much time simply conversing with God and reciting psalms." And I said, really? Just talking with God and reading psalms? I don't think it could get any more simpler than that. But I say all that to say that resonated with me, because me leaving Christianity and then coming into Judaism, I needed simple. I needed something that I could take and make it make sense to my life. How can I apply this to my day right now? I thought it would be fitting to share about my introduction to Rebbe Nachman and his teachings on this very, very special day. This is the Yahrzeit of his main disciple, Reb Noson. Rebbe Nachman said, "If it was not for Reb Noson, not a page in my writing would have survived." And these are big, big words from Rebbe Nachman. Reb Noson was Rebbe Nachman's main disciple and scribe. Reb Noson recorded all of the Rebbe's spoken lessons, published the Rebbe's writings, and also compiled many personal anecdotes and conversations of the Rebbe in order to acquaint future generations. Were it not for Reb Noson, not only would we have no record of Rebbe Nachman's teachings, but we would also have no Breslov Hasidus at all. So I wanted to make a video like this in Reb Noson's memory, because if it wasn't for Reb Noson, then we wouldn't have any Breslov Hasidus. And it was Breslov Hasidus that really, really changed everything about how I view things, and my parenting, my marriage, and my outlook on life. And I'm truly, truly grateful. I mentioned simplicity. Reb Noson himself says, "Simplicity in itself is very deep and an extremely difficult concept to understand." And it says, "This very inability to find the right words to describe it, as well as the difficulties involved in achieving it, are symptomatic of how far modern man has been distanced from simplicity." A lot of times when we think of spirituality, we think of deep concepts. We think of very, very lofty ideas. And someone once asked Rebbe Nachman, "When I'm praying and I mention Hashem's holy name, what profound thoughts, what deep intention should I have in mind?" Rebbe Nachman said, "Isn't the simple meaning God enough for you?" And that's so powerful. And this concept of being simple and serving Hashem without any sophistication at all. This was Rebbe Nachman's way. He served Hashem without any sophistication at all. There is one necessary path, and that's simplicity. Shortly before Reb Noson passed away, he gave a very deep sigh. When asked the reason for this, he replied, "It occurs to me that perhaps I have not properly fulfilled what Rebbe Nachman taught." The people standing around him were amazed. If not you, then who can honestly say that he has fulfilled the Rebbe's teachings? As to fulfilling the Rebbe's advice, Reb Noson answered, "I did what I could. The question is, have I fulfilled the teachings with the simplicity that the Rebbe demanded of us?" These words from Reb Noson are very, very powerful for me because it shows that his main concern was to make sure that he was delivering Rebbe Nachman's teachings with simplicity. That resonates with me because that is my goal. My goal is to serve Hashem with simplicity. My goal is to finish this conversion process with simplicity. My goal is to serve my wife with simplicity. And with that being said, my wife and I have a goal. Just like Reb Noson, we want to make sure that we are sharing Rebbe Nachman's teachings with absolute simplicity. So in our pursuit to getting closer and closer to Hashem, serving Hashem, learning and growing, may we all remember Rebbe Nachman's words, there is just one necessary path, and that's simplicity. Shalom.